All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Daybreak Live. My name's Krissi. I'm with Positively Osceola, and tonight I have the very big honor of chatting with two members of the Silver Spurs Riding Club from Silver Spurs Rodeo. Not only do we have the Little Boss Clifton Chapman, but we also have the Big Boss himself, Dustin Bronson, and I'm so excited to chat with them to hear what's coming up with the Silver Spurs Rodeo in June, all the stuff that's going to take place, and then what their reign is like and what it will be like. So I'm excited to hear from them. If you have comments, if you have questions, pop them in the comments so we can see. I want to know what you think. So do they. So let us know what you think. And if you're not already, you need to follow Positively Osceola on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're on so many different platforms. It's not even funny. But make sure you're following us so you can get all of the news on time. Okay. Let's get into the video and make it official. All right, it is officially time to get started with this episode of Daybreak Live. It's Wednesday, May 4th at 6:03 p.m., so let's jump right in. Again, my name's Krissi. I'm with Positively Osceola, and tonight we are honored because we have two very awesome leaders that are a part of our community and a part of an amazing organization that's been a part of Osceola County since May of 1941, and that's literally 81 years ago. So today we're going to speak to Silver Spurs Big Boss Dustin Bronson. I'm going to add him to the stream. Hey, Dustin, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. We also are going to be chatting with the current Little Boss, Clifton Chapman. Hey, Clifton. Can you hear me? Oh, I think we're muted a little bit. Try it again. There we go. You say hey? That's so weird. I can't hear you at all. We were fine 2 seconds ago. That's so weird. What are you going to do with live internet performances? Okay, Clifton, I'm going to remove you from the stream, and then we can give it a try in just a few minutes. Okay, so Dustin, the upcoming Silver Spurs Rodeo in June that's going to take place is going to be the 149th rodeo, which is insane. And you're the big boss of Silver Spurs Rodeo. So please tell us, what has your year been like, and what has the experience been like for you and your family?
My year's been awesome. I wasn't expecting uh, all the welcome from the people. Like, it's been really welcoming as being Big Boss this year. All the members and a lot of the contestants were really happy, um, and just really welcoming. So the year's been fun. My kids really enjoy it, and they do the quadrille, and they love the Big Boss stuff. And getting to, in the last rodeo, they were able to introduce me, and then my boys were able to ride their horses around the arena with me, so they really loved that. And I had a lot of people that were thanking me on involving my kids, because I guess a lot of times you don't get a chance to do that. So that's been a lot of fun. And then yeah, it's just been great. We had a really good rodeo in February. I think it was our biggest one so far. And we had a nice rodeo in October, and looking for a really good rodeo in June, and the June 3rd and 4th.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be so amazing. And I just popped up a picture of you and your boys. And how old are they now?
Siler just had a birthday yesterday, so he's 11. And then Canton's 12. He'll be 13 in September.
Oh my gosh. I love that it's a part of your family. It's a part of your legacy. You're including them in the community. This is really cool to see. Did you say this was what you expected, what your year was going to be? Or
No, it's been more than what I expected. I thought as Big Boss, you just get to do a few things, and um, there's been several functions that I get to go to, and one of the cool things is Big Boss this year is we usually take our kids to Vegas, or try to, for the
Okay.
National Finals Rodeo, and the Silver Spurs was awarded a couple different awards from the WPRA, and so my boys and I were able to go up on stage and accept an award out in Vegas for the Silver Spurs. So that was really cool.
Oh
Um,
my gosh,
so there's
how
been
nice.
a couple of fun, yeah, there's been a couple of fun things like that, and
That's awesome. Okay, let me bring back Clifton and see. Clifton, can we hear
Okay,
you?
how are we doing
Yay,
now? All right. I had to
good.
go to plug in headphones. I don't know what was happening. My mic thing kept
Technology,
messing up.
man. It's like you never know when it's going to work on time, So
Yeah,
thank you for figuring it out and being flexible.
you bet. You bet. Well,
Okay, so Clifton, as Little Boss, after the June rodeo, you will soon become the big boss of Silver Spurs, right? So what are you
that's
most
right.
looking forward to? And how does it feel to know that you'll be representing one of the most impacting organizations in and around Osceola County that hosts the biggest rodeo east of the Mississippi?
Yeah, for me, it's a huge honor and a humbling experience. The people in this organization are amazing. In previous leadership and big bosses over the years have done an amazing job. The membership is unreal. All the people that put in what they do to make this thing happen. Um, so for me, it's just carrying the torch um, is just a huge honor, and I'm looking forward to keeping the well-oiled machine going.
Right.
There's
Good for
so
you. Good for you. This is going to be so exciting for you.
it.
Awesome.
You
And
bet.
Clifton, what are we seeing in this picture right now?
Yeah, so that's me and the big boss Dustin. We're presenting the check that we do, and small. Yep, for the Russell home,
That's
and
right. Yep.
we can. We love to support, and that's what this organization is built on. We love putting on a show, of course. The rodeo, but when we can do and give a positive impact in our community, and it's, such an organization like this in particular, that's what we're really built on.
Absolutely. So, okay, Dustin, everyone knows that the rodeos that we can attend in February and October and in June, right? We get to see that and there's amazing action, but is there stuff that people don't know about the Silver Spurs? Like, is there anything cool that maybe we don't know about?
I always bring up the fun fact that the Silver Spurs is one of, if not the only rodeo in the U.S. that grows their own stock. Most other rodeos have to hire out other stock contractors.
Mm-hmm.
So we raise our own bucking horses and our own bucking bulls for our own rodeo. So that's one really cool thing. Uh-oh, who's that guy?
That's
Um,
fantastic. Yeah, and there you are, right? That's so cool.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, like for the steer there, like we hire out the steers and the calves, but for our rough stock, we raise our own rough stock. So that's a really cool thing. And to I guess just like your kids watching them do sports, just like raising animals, watching them do well and perform well, and people enjoy them, and their animals making it to bigger rodeos and different rodeos. It's just really cool to see your stock performing well.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so here's a question for both of you. Now, whenever we ask someone involved with Silver Spurs Riding Club, we always ask them, what's your favorite event? Like, what's your favorite part of the rodeo? 99% of the time, the people that respond, they have the same answer. They talk about the exceptional rodeo. So, both of you, please share with our audience, and Dustin, you can go first. What is the exceptional rodeo? When does it happen? And what does it mean to both of you?
The exceptional rodeo is happens on Sunday in February, before the daytime event, and it's where a lot of the kids that whether it be handicapped kids or um, kids
Special.
that
Yeah.
just special kids, they come out and we have different events set up, and they one really neat thing is my boys are usually get by the roping dummies and help the kids rope. So they rope a steer or a calf, and then my boys just teach them how to swing the rope and show them how to do it and catch it. And sometimes they catch, and man, they get so excited when they catch. It's really cool. They start clapping and cheering. And so it's just really neat to see all the joy that they get out of the special rodeo that we put on. And then they have a little bull riding station, and then some of the members they bring horses and let them do like a horseback rides. And so it's just really cool to see the parents come and enjoy the kids do the rodeo, and how much joy the kids get out of that. It like makes your heart full.
Yes, yes. Clifton, okay, same question for you.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you and to the precious kids of our community?
Yeah, so the great part about it is a lot of times the kids are returning kids. They have a relationship with some of the cowboys there. The men and women that volunteer their time to do this, and they build a relationship, with those people, and they look forward to it to happen every year. And then when it does, it's just the brightness about them of what they're experiencing, having a chance to actually put their hands on an animal, a steer or whatever it may be, and a horse, and and it gives them an opportunity to experience something they would have never had a chance to do. And the greatest part is the relationships that it builds.
That is so neat. I think my favorite part of the Exceptional Rodeo is the fact that each and every kid that participates receives a trophy. They get their name shouted out over the arena, and everyone gets to cheer for them, and they get to be called a winner. I think that's my favorite part, because they get so hyped, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
It's so
big
cute.
time. Big time.
Oh my gosh, Kathy Pearson. Hey. Okay, she comments, good evening, Krissi, Dustin, and Clifton. Thank you, Positively Osceola, for sharing the upcoming Silver Spurs Rodeo on June 3rd and 4th. You can check it out at silverspursrodeo.com. Thank you, Kathy, as always. Yes, we need a reminder of websites. Sometimes I'm a little slow to the punch. Okay, new question for both of you. Let's get into the action, right? Like the extreme action of the rodeo. So why do people enjoy it? And this is not me playing devil's advocate. I just want to know why people love it so much, and how is it different from every other sport? And Clifton, you go first.
Okay. Yeah. So, the thing that they love, and I love walking through after the rodeo, through the stands. And if there's somebody sticking around, they're ones that really love the rodeo, because they just want to watch everything that happens after. And I'll just have a conversation with them and see, what is it that they love. And, for them, they're trying to figure out why in the world would some dummy do what they do? Why would you get on that crazy bull or that wild horse or whatever it may be? And, it's the addiction to the thrill. That's why these cowboys and cowgirls do what they do. And people love to see the unknown. What's going to happen? It's an unpredictable sport. You're working with not only the human factor, but the animal factor. And it can become a rodeo, and that's why they call it what it is. So the excitement of the unknown and the thrill of the ride.
Yes, absolutely. Great answer. Okay, Dustin, your turn. So why do people love the rodeo in your opinion, and what makes it different than any other sport?
I think the rodeo provides a sense of I don't know what you call it, if it's pride or like it makes you feel like an American. I know that a lot of people comment on singing a national anthem and then saying a prayer. Like most places, they don't get to do that. So that feeling that they get from that, it really brings them together, and you just get a different feeling at the rodeo of that. I know, like the October event, I think it was, they did they honored the military and played a song, and it just gave me chills. It was really good. I had a lot of people comment on that specific event.
Oh, I bet
that it brought such a feeling to them that they don't get many other events. So I know that like that. And then the bull riding, you can't beat the bull riding. Everybody likes to come watch the bull riding for the excitement and to see the cowboys either ride. They cheer so loud when they ride, and and they get bucked off. It's not good to get hurt, but people like to see different things happening. And I feel like a lot of the people also like to come watch the girls and support them in the barrel racing. And so we get a lot of comments about how much they enjoyed the barrel racing. And there's another event that we should start having sometime soon is the girls breakaway, like this girls calf roping.
Cool.
So that would be another event that they'll be able to watch.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily just
So
about the glitz and glam of the pageantry. There's more to it. There's the barrel racing, and that's cool. So yeah, good point. And I want to show people this picture too, because when we were there in February, Governor Ron DeSantis showed up, and he was a part of it too. And Dustin, Clifton, you got to hang out and meet him. So how was that? Like, how was that having the governor show up to the Silver Spurs Arena?
Yeah, that was really exciting. Someone told me that the last time we had a governor come to the rodeo was 21 or 22 years ago. So that was really cool for me as being Big Boss to have our governor come. I was talking to Fred Hawkins the other day at our scholarship event to see if he could talk him into coming back in June, and he's not sure if he can make that happen, but it'd be cool if it did. But it was really neat. Such a nice guy, so really easy to talk to, and he loves the sport of rodeo, and it was really cool having him there.
Nice. Clifton, did you get to meet him too?
Yes, I did. Yeah, me and Dustin had a good time with him. You know, he loves what we're doing, and and we love what he's doing. So,
Good.
Good. It was a great time to be together, and have that experience will be, something we'll have forever.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, so Clifton, we'll start with you this time. So Osceola County, well, actually all over Florida, we're seeing a very large amount of people moving from all over the world here, right? And that means that our growth is huge. We're being introduced to this awesome sport, called rodeo that people have never experienced. And if you remember, the February rodeo was slammed, like from start to finish. And we spoke to a lot of people. I'm sure you've seen some of our interviews, and it was their first rodeo. It was my first rodeo, and I loved it.
Uh-oh.
So I know. Tell us how that makes you guys feel, knowing the sport that you love is seeing such a huge influx of new fans.
Oh yeah, and it's something to build on. I mean, when you've got people and fans, then you're not just doing it for your own pleasure. You're doing it to, bring entertainment to others. And when you're doing that and people are happy, it gives you a little more drive for sure. And so, having a good fan base is always good to have. When you don't have that, then it's a struggle. But as long as we, as the Silver Spurs Rodeo, not only are putting on a good show, but realizing where our roots are from and what we're about, and being a good partner for our community, we'll always be successful.
Love it. Okay, Dustin, same question. How does that make you feel with all these new fans coming?
I love it because you have the different nationalities that come, and there's so many people that show up now. And I was telling somebody here a while back, like a lot of my friends that I grew up with, they never went to rodeo, and we've invited them a few times, and they've came, and so they're returning members. And also with the people that my kids play baseball with, they've been to rodeo and they love going now. And they spread the word, and we hear like the different nationalities love the rodeo, and they just love coming and seeing the sport.
Yeah, and this is a huge way to bring the community together. And when I was there in February, you could just feel the excitement. You could feel the energy from everyone in the audience, and that was awesome.
And I think it's important too, and it gives us an opportunity to also, teach our heritage and teach our history of this county.
Oh yeah.
And Silver Spurs Rodeo is a big part of that, and where we came from and where we're at now.
Absolutely. Right. I feel like it's edutainment, right? You're learning the history. That's a good one. You're having a good time. It's a sport. There's so much that goes into it. Okay, next question. So to both of you, and Dustin, will go first with you. Obviously, neither of you are strangers to the agriculture industry in Florida. Like, both of your families are a part of the industry and the culture. And we realize that rodeo contestants are amazing athletes, but let's take a few minutes to talk about the other athletes on the dirt, like how they're cared for. And I remember, Dustin, you said you get your own stock. How are they cared for? How are they respected? Like Silver Spurs in general, how does that all run?
Yeah, with the cared for them. They're fed quite a bit, so we take care of the horses and the bulls. And we have somebody that goes down and feeds up when some of the members can't make it. There's a couple of members that go down to Kenansville and feed up quite a bit, and so the horses are fed throughout the year, and so are the bulls. And then we have a certain days, like most ranchers do, when you go and take care of them, which would be like worming them to get rid of the parasites.
Yep.
So we do those kind of things. And I don't know, Clifton, you have anything to add with that one?
Yeah, so I mean, it's an operating ranch, and the Silver Spurs Club owns the ranch, and so it's cared for just like it's a family, a business, and a lot of ranchers over the years have provided the stock, whether it's the horses or the bulls.
Sure.
And so it's been a prideful thing, to have a bull or a horse that makes it to the rodeo that came off of one of the members' ranches. And so through the years, that's how our herd began. And so it is, like I said, a very prideful thing, and a lot of people have put in a lot of time and work on their own time and dollar to produce a very athletic animal, for sure.
Right. Well, that's one thing I didn't think about. Now that we have the rodeo in Kenansville, I guess we're kind of spoiled because all of our animals, or most of the animals, are in one place. But like Clifton said, used to, the ranchers would raise the animals and then kind of house them for the Spurs. And then when it came time for rodeo, they would get them all together and bring them up there. So they spent most of their time as individual ranchers raising the animals. And now we have the property in Kenansville, and we have most of them together. So it's a little bit easier when they're in one location.
Yeah, good point. It's stuff that you would never really think about. Like the logistics is important, and it's helpful when you already have a stock that's there. Interesting.
Right.
Okay. All right, Dustin, next question's for you. So the June 3rd and the 4th rodeo is going to be amazing. Obviously, we already know that. And it's going to feature some of the things that we don't typically get to see at the rodeo. So let's talk about the youth and some of the other elements that people need to make sure that they see when they come to the Silver Spurs Arena.
Yeah, so in June, we usually have the mutton busting, which that's where the kids ride the sheep. And I know that's a fan favorite. Everybody loves that.
That's so
and
funny.
And then also they have the junior bulls. So the up and coming younger bull riders can go out there and showcase their talent. And they'll have the junior barrel racers too. Same thing with like the younger girls can go out there and show their talent and barrel race in front of the whole crowd and
show off their skill.
Right.
Cool. All right. Awesome. All right. So Dustin, I will ask you this first, and then Clifton, you can answer. Tell us personally, what is your favorite rodeo event and why?
I think my favorite one to watch is definitely bull riding because it's so action packed. And then my favorite one to compete in is team roping because I've done that since I was a little kid, and my kids are doing it now, and we still compete in that event.
Oh, and they're so good at it. But I know you're like, I've been competing in team roping since I was young, so I know I'm like really good at it. Okay, Clifton, same question.
Yeah, for me, it's got to be saddle bronc. I just envy how the good riders can sit that horse and just make it look easy, and it's not. And I've been in a few saddles, before and it's not easy. Right now I'm on a 50% streak, and that's not even in a real rodeo. So, so for me, that by far, hands down, the saddle bronc event is my favorite.
That is awesome. Yeah. And both of those that both of you said are very intense. So for someone watching it for the first time, I mean, not only is my jaw basically on the floor watching what these people are going through and these men are enduring, and then just like the excitement of, oh my gosh, the timer, like I just learned so much, and that was so fun to be a part of. Okay, so let's move on. Dustin, you have been an outstanding Silver Spurs Big Boss, and we appreciate all that you've done for Postively Osceola and Clifton. We are looking forward to working with you in the future and supporting you when you become the big boss. So Dustin, please tell us, how can people get tickets and how members of the armed forces and veterans can get entrance to the rodeo at no cost with a military ID?
Yes. So the best way to get tickets would be to go online and get them at silverspursrodeo.com. That way to make sure that you get a ticket, because I know Saturday night we were sold out and had just a sold out crowd. And you can also get them by walking up to the box office and get them out in front of the rodeo. And then military people are going to get in free with their military ID. So bring
Right
that
at
to
the
the
door.
rodeo. Yeah, right at the door.
Cool. Awesome. And there's also a combo ticket. So if you buy Friday night, you get Saturday night half price. So you might as well do that one, because there's going to be different events each night. So make sure you get your tickets soonish, because it's already May, which is insane. And doors open an hour before showtime. And it's going to be packed. And you're going to see Positively Osceola there chatting with all the folks, getting excited and pumping them up. So, all right, before we wrap this up, Dustin, is there anything that you'd like our viewers to know before we say goodbye?
Yeah, if you want to get there early, they usually have, the clown might do a few things before the rodeo, and our kids compete in the junior quadrille, and that'll start before 7:30. So get there early, and you can see them. And the junior quadrille kids are a lot of the younger Silver Spurs members' kids, so that's our up and coming members. And so come watch them and support them.
Perfect. All right, Clifton, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Nope. Come see the rodeo, find somebody, say hi, ask a question, and learn more about the rodeo.
Love it. Love it. Short and sweet. All right, boys, it has been a complete pleasure. Thank you so much to Dustin Bronson, Big Boss of Silver Spurs Riding Club, and then also Clifton Chapman, Little Boss, who will be the next up-and-coming Big Boss of the Silver Spurs Riding Club. It's been an honor, and I hope I get to chat with both of you soon in June, and we'll see you again Friday for another episode of Good Morning Osceola at 7:30. All right, y'all.
Krissi.
Have a great rest of your evening.
Bye.
See ya.